Hi friends, hope you're doing well. I'm Dr. Milind. So INICET is approaching, and yes, we are gearing for NEETPG 2024 as well. One question that I get commonly asked from the students is how to approach grand test. In the past, I had released video about grand test, how to approach them, how to solve them, how many questions to solve, how many GTs to give. But still, there appear to be a deficit in the knowledge of the students, and I feel I should share the experience that we have about attempting grand test. So today in this video, I will be guiding about how to improve your grandest outcome for both NEETPG and NICT. So first question that students ask and they ask themselves that will solving more questions or Qbank will improve my GT score. Most of the mails that I receive, students are talking about my score is stuck between 100 and 120, and I feel I should give more and more GTs, and that will increase and improve my score. See, I'll try to help you with one small example. Suppose there is a tank that has very less of water, like few pockets of water. Now, no matter how many times you throw a bucket, जितने भी बार आप bucket डालोगे उस tank में, if you're lucky, by chance, if your bucket goes into that water pocket, you'll get water. So GTs are like that. So if you don't read your theory well, if you don't read your notes well, sometimes you'll get correct answers, sometimes you'll get a good score, but most of the time your bucket will be empty. Most of the time your scores will be bad. And this is the reason a lot of students, they get a good rank in GTs. Some of them, they feel my GT score was good, but in real exam my score tumbled and I did not get the rank or score that I wanted. And the reason is because solving more and more GTs is not going to improve your GT score unless and until your basics are strong. Now, how your GTs are prepared? Now we are in an online era. So what they do? So there is a Qbank. So usually you solve from the Qbank. So these questions for GT are randomly selected from the Qbank. So if you have seen that question before, so there are more chances that you will get that question right. So your GT1, GT3, GT4 will actually the random questions taken from that Qbank. So you are solving the same questions again and again. So sometimes you get a very good score in your GTs, and in real exam you don't get that score, and you feel that my GT score. And I get this from a lot of students that मेरा GT score तो हमेशा से ही अच्छा आया था. I was doing well, and suddenly in exam I collapsed. So why this happened? Because this is not your familiar ground. In real exam, you will not get the questions from Qbank. The questions will be different, and this actually creates a false and pseudo confidence in you. That is why your approach should be very cautious. Now, whenever you track your GT, like suppose you are giving multiple GTs, I have shown this chart in multiple videos. You should always target a percentage. See, what I have realized during my preparation time that cracking a PG entrance examination is not only a hard work, but the smart work and a good planning as well. So, isme there are subjects like medicine, surgery, obs, gynae, PSM. No matter how much you study, you cannot achieve higher accuracy. But there are fact-based questions like anatomy, physiology, biochemistry, pathopharma. Like anatomy is not changed much. The nerve that was passing through a certain canal like few years back is still passing through the same. Micro is moreover the same. Patho is also the same. So if you are able to read them properly, you are able to get the highest score in that. So this should be the focus of your preparation, and this is the target that you should achieve. So you should make a target. So I have given, you can take a screenshot of this. I have given a target percentage and the percentage that you should target. So GT may, as soon as you progress with the days, like you give GT1, GT2, GT3, your percentage should match that. Your percentage should go there. Like for example, pharmacology, you can see here, your target is 80 to 85. In first you got 70, next you got 80, next you got 82. So that shows that you are consistent and you are doing good, and that will increase the better result. That will increase the chance of getting a good result in your real exam. Now the students ask me that how should I decide the number on GT? Some people say that give GT every third day, some say give every week, some say don't give so many GTs, give once in a month. So I'll give you a logical reason that how should you approach. So whenever we solve GT, you should actually analyze your mistakes, and it will not take much time. If you feel that after the NEET PG exam and NICT exam, I contacted a lot of students, asked what did you feel, what like where the questions from your notes, and a lot of them they say yes, the questions were from the notes, but my problem was recall error. In GTs I am doing a lot of silly mistakes. So the reason is not to give more GTs, the reason is to do more of your notes, and all the factual information that you are doing mistakes, you have to start preparing charts. You have to start taking screenshots and revise them daily. You revise better and more, the chances of recall error will come down. Now, a lot of students they say, "Sir, I have the information, but I'm not able to connect the dots. I'm not able to analyze the question. I don't understand the question." That is application error. And if you feel that you have application error, then your notes are fine. You have read them well. You need to solve more and more MCQs. And here the role of MCQs and GTs comes, because that will teach you the critical thinking, that will teach you how to approach a question, how to solve a question. And that only can be done through the practice. So see what is the percentage. Nowadays these apps are very smart, that all the apps that you are using or your preparation, they'll give you that what errors you are doing. तो अगर आपको लगता है कि आपको क्वेश्चन समझने में मुश्किल हो रही है, उसको अप्रोच करने में, बिकॉज इवन आई यूज टू फील, जब मैं एग्जाम अटेम्प्ट करता था, आई यूज टू फील that I know theory, and suddenly when I start answering the questions will be wrong, and then I would be like, shocked that I know everything, but why I'm making mistakes. Because when you see the how question is asked, then it's completely a different game. So that is why solving more and more MCQs here become important. In analytical error, you have to learn how to connect the dots. So these black dots represent different information that is required to answer certain question. But if you're not able to connect them, you won't be able to answer them. So for that, you need practice. Now, a lot of students say that if I give more GTs, will my recall error improve? Like I'll get more and more information. That's see what happens. That suppose these are the number of GTs that you take. So this is basically your Qbank. So one GT will take questions from this area. Another GT will take questions from this area. The next GT will take the question from the next area. So what is happening here is you are taking questions from different areas, but your these areas are still out of your reach. Suppose if the questions come from here, the questions come from here. If the questions comes from here or here, so this actually is getting unattended. So you are not covering this topic in your GTs. So that will lead to a lot of trouble in the exam, because this areas gets uncovered. So you only do QBank and GTs, this part of your preparation will be left, and this is why you should focus on your notes. Notes will cover everything. Notes will not leave these things. Now, how you should decide number of GTs. Now you understood how to approach the GTs, कैसे देने चाहिए, but कितने देने चाहिए. Now it should be on your score. See, NICT is just 1.5 month away, and your NEETPG is not very far. It's also like almost 3 months away. So you should look at your GT score. So I always say the ideal GT score. I have released one detail, analysis of the exam. So you know that 140 to 150 out of 200 is a good score. I'm saying the number of correct questions. So if you have achieved that 140 to 150, now you need to just maintain this. And for that, you can afford to give GT once a week. It shows that your basic preparation is good. You have read your notes well, and you're scoring good. So if your score is this, you should give once a week. If your score is somewhere between 120 to 130, definitely that shows your data, your basic sciences are good. Your data is good. Now you need to improve your analytical and critical thinking. So once in a 2 week is good number. Now what if your score is 100 to 120 or below 100? Now even if your score is below 100, I'll say forget about GTs. Focus on your notes. You should read your notes. See, trust me, if you give more GTs, it's only going to harm you. It is only going to take your confidence down. The base score, मैं जितने भी लोगों को जानता हूँ, including me, our base score came in real exam, not in any GTs. So if my GT score was low, I stopped worrying about it, and I decided कि नहीं, मुझे notes पे ध्यान देना है. I started working on that. So focus on your notes. Don't waste your time on GTs if your score is less than 100. 100 to 120, just one GT in a month until your score improves. And this is where you have to focus on your basic sciences. If your basic sciences are good, that means your anatomy, physio, biochemistry, pathopharma, micro. If it is good, your score will always remain above 120, because these questions form the base of your preparation, and most of the questions will come from here. So this is why you should focus. So you should focus and study as per your scores, and your strategy should be as per that. Now, whenever I had shown you the chart, now if you put it in a graph format, I always tell students that your graph should look like this. Your graph should be like a green graph. It should be steady. It should not like this blue line. That one day you get 500, like this is a score. So one day you get a very good score, another day you dip down, and then you get. So this shows that some of your scores are just by luck or by chance. You should be in a particular range, that your score should not deviate from the baseline, and this is what your graph should look like a green line, and this is what you should follow. Now a lot of students they say, see, now we are here in the month of, let's say, March. Okay, now we have the month of, suppose if you are preparing for NEETPG, so you have April, you have May, you have June, so you have 4 months, so even 3 months. So even if you're not doing great, even if your score are somewhere around 120, see, your exam is not tomorrow. For INICET, you have still some time. For NEETPG, you still have some time. So remember, you have to peak at the right time, and to peak there at the right time, you have to go steady from now. This will not happen overnight. So even if you're not there, trust me, there will be a sudden rise. There will be a sudden increase and improvement in your score that will happen, and that is why you should wait. Lastly, few words of wisdom: have command on your theory. So if I have to summarize my video, I'll tell you, you have to have command on your theory first. If you do your theory well, your GT scores will automatically improve. So I'll put theory first, followed by PYQs with explanation, and then custom modules, and then Qbank. So I will always keep the Qbank at the last, and this is what I have also learned from the students. See, the students who do Qbank, they have already done their theory. If you are someone who are still weak in theory, keep your theory in the front, followed by your PYQs. So guys, I hope this video helps you. I wish you all the best. If you have any question and comment, let me know in the comment box. I wish you all the best and take care.